Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be featuring Tier 10 British tank destroyer FV215b 183, also known as Deathstar. This tank for the longest time was the most broken TD, as the alpha for premium round was 1750 and the penetration was 273, and it could essentially one-shot even Tier 10 mediums and tank destroyers, which was very frustrating to play against. And it kept doing that for many years until Wargaming realized it and nerfs its hash alpha to 1450 as well as the HE alpha to 1450. But since then the tank has received multiple buffs. It was buffed twice, and a few months ago it was also mentioned in the stream that it might be getting another buff. Despite being the buff or nerf, the original nerf, I feel the current state of this Deathstar is more overpowered in terms of consistency. Yes, it doesn't have that alpha of 750. However, you can still hit for 1450, and the HE alpha is still 1650. That means you can still pin the side or back of mediums for a very high damage numbers. And with the current problem in the game in regards to tank destroyer, because of their crazy camo as well as how camo net works, it is again one of the most toxic tanks in the game. I was playing Ruthless earlier and then I switched to this tank. This tank has 5 seconds more reload or better reload than Ruthless, so it's way more competitive at holding corners as well as more accurate, more mobile and better camo, and we'll see it in this game. So I was loaded, saw a Yak. I was able to see a little bit of lower plate of Yak Panzer, but since 6.0 accuracy doesn't matter because everything is pinpoint accurate, and I managed to hit the lower plate of Yak and hit him for 1100 damage. And yeah, it's accurate as long as you fully aim it, as everything else is in with 6.0. So this game could have gone a lot worse or could have gone a lot better, but we'll see. It kind of ended up in the middle, so I can't really complain how it ended up being, but I did manage to create my personal best in this tank in this game. I see that their team is already aggressive, pushing the A line. UDIS 1516 was crossing and managed to pen him. I wasn't fully aimed, but you know, I was confident that I will end up hitting since I didn't have much time, and I wanted to hit him because he was about to get in cover, and once he gets in cover it's not easy for our team to get reset, which we'll see shortly. This E5 seems pretty confident. He's sitting in the open, not really paying attention, allowing me to fully aim my shot, and this time I high rolled for 1263. Our team's losing by 2 tanks and they are already at the base. And the way this base is, it's easier to get a reset for enemy team on their base, but it's very difficult for our team to get reset on our base because it's a very deep ditch, and if anyone tries to get to that position for reset, they'll get farmed, especially because they are a T57 heavy that I just killed, but they also have Tehran as well as an E5, not to mention the UDIS 1516 itself. So Light Tank attempted to get a reset, but he will be unsuccessful. And at this point I was thinking, well, I was gonna only hit targets that has more health, but I realized that we won't be able to get a reset, so decided to get rid of numbers. Loaded to HE and penned Skoda T50. I'm at 2 kills, and I was really hoping that this Burask would now try to get a reset and hopefully kill the tank, since it is one shot. But again, it is not as easy since it's being covered by Tehran, and even if Burask RBRT on the UDIS 1516, the chances are it'll bounce. So I saw an opportunity on E5, and since we didn't have a lot of tanks over on this side and E5 was covering the base, I decided to go for him so that I can later rush for the base. And at this point I'm like, okay, we have lost the game, since I took too much time to pull the trigger as I was waiting for fully aim, as UDIS 1516 wasn't really exposed. Scores down to 5v9, and I'm like, okay, that's done. I'm not even going to waste my time to reset 4v9 by the way now. And I decided to just go for Tehran and get that extra damage, but somehow all of a sudden our IS-3 managed to finish UDIS 1516, who got greedy as they were winning, and over on the other side FV215b killed Kirowitz, and the game's looking a lot more winnable now as it was compared to 10 seconds ago. And looking at the enemy tanks, I had an idea that they're pretty healthy and I might be able to hit 10k. I decided to take a high ground position where I have clear line of sight if the enemy team decided to push, as well as I can easily get in cover if I do get spotted at the time. We do have a full health aviary, but he's at a position where he's not really being covered by our team. VK168 was caught out in the opening. I could have shot Hesh, but I just rushed my shot as I didn't know if he will go back and forth, and sometimes that 1 second can cost you, especially when you're losing. So I decided to go with the AP as not the best shooting Hesh either. I ended up hitting the tracks or just not penning. And their team has rushed the aviary, who's now dead. If aviary was a couple blocks behind, if he was a little aware, then he could have used our teammates, including myself, to support him. But again, I think he thought maybe FV had cover, as well as sometimes you don't have time to back up as two tanks were pushing him. Now it's 2v5. IS3 unfortunately goes down as well. Our hero, who did the base reset earlier when a timer was down to less than 10 seconds. FV is down to one shot as well, and they have a full health Deathstar. I do see an Emil crossing, and at this point it doesn't matter. Usually I ignore low alpha tanks, but I had to get rid of guns to try to even the game here. So I took out Emil out of the game, but now I have 3 tanks on the left, including a Yak Panzer and a full health Deathstar over on the right side when I checked last time. All of these guys were pushing. They didn't know where I am, so they were kind of crossing in the middle, and my focus was to get rid of Yak Panzer since it's a tier 8 for obvious reasons, then to eliminate other tanks. Now artillery has also shifted his focus towards me, and from this point on I'll be getting continuously bombarded with artillery. And that artillery, I'm not sure if it's stock or it just has that good DPM, just kept firing again and again and again, and I was frustrated already. Not to mention they had a full health Deathstar, and then my team decided to play hull down. However, the VK was a little confident. I didn't really aim this shot very completely, but still got a bit lucky and finished the tank, since it was a tier 8, not the best armor when fighting tier 10s. Deathstar missed, and I was kind of hoping for the miss because he only had a small window to hit the shot and he had to be fully aimed. I couldn't wait there much longer since artillery is really focusing on me, especially as I'm the only tank left. I decided to switch to Hesh because I know I only have one shot. If I kill this guy, I'll be in a stronger position, but if I miss, I will not be. So I took my time and did manage to hit him for 1282, hitting the 10k mark. And here it is again. You know, all good things are ruined by artillery. All great games are ruined by artillery. And now Deathstar is pushing me. I'm getting shot by artillery, and I know I could only pen the Deathstar once, as after I pen him I won't kill him, but he will easily one-shot me. He was exposing himself a little bit. I decided to go for an AP round because I felt more confident that I can pen his top bar. Then I was hoping he will shoot Hesh and kind of show my side, which he did. And now I could have easily killed the Deathstar. I was just reloading since artillery was kind of not really penning me for a while, and I was pretty confident. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I'm going to kill the Deathstar and then kill the artillery, and BAM! The dreams were shattered. That artillery kept hitting me, but he kept missing as well for a bit. But then as soon as I saw a glimpse of hope that I can out-reload, kill the Deathstar, and then kill artillery and almost hit 12.8k damage, I was given a reality check by artillery. I should have, I kind of stopped there for a minute when Deathstar was pushing me, and he managed to hit my, I think, rear turret. I should have kept backing up, to be honest, instead of holding, and should have not underestimated the artillery. I might have survived then, but again, the game could have ended very quickly early on when they were capping the base. And so yeah, 2 extreme ends could have happened, but very decent game for me. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.